and coming to you live from an internet service provider near you. Good evening, fellow Rotarians, and welcome to our Rotary District 6540 Foundation Gala celebration in a cloud. My name is Bruce Haynes. I'm a member of the Downtown Fort Wayne Club, and I'm one of a team of Rotarians across our district who is honored to host you here today. Now, true, we are practically distanced for health reasons, but we are virtually together tonight to celebrate and to support projects that change lives both close to home and around the world. Now, sure, online isn't the same thing as being there in person, but on the plus side, there is no parking problem. You have no tux to rent. And to quote a lyric from the Music Man, you can have your fill of all the food you bring yourself. Well, tonight we hope to entertain you and to share with you the great works that are made possible through your gifts to the annual fund of the Rotary Foundation. We'll hear from Holger Kankakee, the president of Rotary International, plus Rotary Foundation trustee Brenda Cressy, and Floyd Lancia will join us. He's a member of Rotary International's board of directors. And we'll find out about the impact of district grants and the life-changing difference of global grants. Plus, if you act now, throughout the hour, your club could receive matching recognition points. And I have it on good authority, there are door prizes. Now that's one door per club, hardware not included, and your mileage may vary. You know, at Rotary's 1917 convention, outgoing Rotary President Arch Klumpf proposed setting up an endowment for the purpose of doing good in the world. That one idea and an initial contribution of $26.50 set in motion a powerful force that has transformed millions of lives around the globe. And so if you've never given to the annual fund of the Rotary Foundation, tonight would be a perfect time to start and perhaps match that first gift of $26.50. Or maybe this year is the year you give $100 as a sustaining member. Now, if you've given in the past, we're challenging you to give 110% of your previous gift, or maybe you'll be moved to double your giving tonight. We hope so. This year continues to be a challenging time, but the one thing we do know is that the funds you give tonight will make a difference for men, women, and children in our communities and across the globe. And we're glad you're here tonight so you can see how that happens, which brings us back to tonight's online experience here on your Google machine. Now, given all the concerns, we had to make some adjustments to the opening acts of the evening. You see, initially we were going to have a hot air balloon flyover by now, and that would have been followed by the Busby Berkeley tribute with the June Taylor dancers. And that would then be followed by a reenactment of the Parade of the Animals from Aida. But while we can't do those things, we do have something far better. And we have called on some musical friends from across the pond to help us limber up our text to give muscles and to set our energy levels to high generosity. And we're so glad that they've answered our call. Renowned for spectacular showmanship, this in-demand sextet is known as the United Kingdom's #1 jive and swing band. They average 300 shows a year. They've sold out Royal Albert Hall and thousands of festivals, including major theaters and tours and venues here in the US. Their music is so uplifting, it has actually been prescribed by a doctor. And here they are, the Jive Aces.
Hop the Bible do bring me sunshine.
Sunshine
In your smile.
in your smile,
Make me happy.
make me happy
All the while.
all the while.
In this world where we live, there should be more happiness. So much joy you can give to each brand new bright tomorrow. Hello, welcome to the 2020 Virtual Rotary District 6540 Foundation Gala, or Gala if you're in America. We are the Jive Aces, and we hope to inspire you with our music to give generously to the Rotary Foundation so that your dollars will bring fun, sunshine, and love to those in need in the world. That's what we need, a little bit of sunshine. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love. Thank you. A little song about a girl by the name of Caledonia. My baby, she's got big feet, a long needle leg and nothing to eat, but I love her just the same. Well, I'm crazy about a woman, Caledonia is the name. Caledonia, Caledonia, what makes you big or high? I love her just the same. Well, I'm crazy about a woman, Caledonia, Caledonia, yeah, Professor. Johnny boy on the sax. Yeah. When I walk with my baby, she's got big feet, lonely leg, ain't nothing to weird, but I love her just the same. Well, I'm crazy about a woman, Caledonia's her name. Caledonia, Caledonia, what makes you big as I love her just the same. Well, I'm crazy about a woman, Caledonia, Caledonia. Slap that bass. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.
The Jive Aces will be back later in the hour, so don't, as they say, touch that dial or the mouse or the keyboard. But you may want to keep other things handy so you can donate and celebrate as our gala continues. It's a pleasure now to introduce Rotary Foundation trustee Brenda M. Cressy. Brenda joined Rotary in 1989 and is currently a member of the Rotary Club of South Portland, Cape Elizabeth in Rotary District 7780. She served as District 5240 governor in 2001, 2002. Brenda served in key roles for Rotary International and the Rotary Foundation, and in 2018 and 19 served as the first woman Rotary Foundation trustee chair. Most of Brenda's assignments have focused on fund development for the Rotary Foundation, specifically in the areas of peace and polio eradication. However, she shares the importance of supporting the annual fund, endowments, and major gifts. And most recently, she's inspired by the amazing projects that are being carried out around the globe addressing the needs due to the COVID-19 pandemic. She and her husband, Dick, are members of the prestigious Arch Clump Society, the Paul Harris and New Legacy Societies, and they've established the Brenda and Richard Cressy Endowment for Peace, supporting peace certificate fellowships. She's the recipient of Rotary International Service Above Self Award, the Rotary Foundation's Citation for Meritorious Service, and the Rotary Foundation's highest recognition, the Distinguished Service Award. Brenda currently resides in Wells, Maine with her husband, Richard, but she is with us now. Fellow Rotarians, I give you Brenda Cressy.
Good evening, and thank you, Bruce. Gee, I just left London on a Zoom call, and I think I brought the Jazz Aces back with me. It was so fun to hear them. But seriously, I was just in London. It's been a very busy month already with this being Foundation Month. And thank you, District Governor John, for this warm welcome this evening. Rotarians and guests, I'm so delighted to be with you because it gives me an opportunity to extend my thanks and gratitude for your outstanding support of the foundation. Our foundation trustee chair and past Rotary president, Ravi Ravindran, also extends his warm welcome and appreciation as well. And it's so wonderful to be in attendance this evening with all of our generous donors and guests to experience this exclusive virtual appreciation event together. And I sincerely want to thank and acknowledge Dan Ryan and the organizers for putting this event together this evening. I'm so pleased that I can share some foundation highlights with you tonight. But before I begin, let me just say how I'm always struck by the generosity, support, and passion for our Rotary Foundation. So often I'm reminded that each Rotarian has his or her own reason for getting involved with Rotary and to support the foundation programs. And I hope each of you tonight will find that special foundation program or project that continues to make you most passionate and therefore inspire you to continue supporting the foundation to the best of your ability, especially through the annual fund. When Rotarians get involved in our foundation through projects and service, they actually see value in their contributions. And I see each of you as an ambassador of the Rotary Foundation. Each one of you are active partners in doing good in the world. So thank you. Thank you for staying engaged, and thank you for sharing our foundation with other Rotarians in your own club and in this great district. You know, our foundation's annual fund is the source of funding for local and international projects, and contributions to the annual fund really help make our humanitarian impact possible. So when you give to the annual fund, you help women like Gabriela Martez. Gabriela is expanding her small sewing business and providing a better life for her family, thanks to a grant project created by Rotarians in Honduras and California. It provided her with microloans, and now she is helping to support her family. Giving to the annual fund supports Rotary-driven projects like these, projects that are created at the local level, developed to meet the needs of the community, and fostered through international fellowship. Through a simple gift, you can help women like Gabriela provide a better life for her family. When I ask people why they support the annual fund, many say it's because with our foundation, you get something back when you give. That doesn't happen very often, but when you give to the annual fund share, you know half of your gift becomes available to your district and clubs to use however they want. and the other half goes into the World Fund, when these funds are used worldwide for grants, foundation programs, and available to all districts, to grant matches or aids, or where the trustees might determine the need is the greatest, such as we did, excuse me, with COVID-19. Districts that are active with both district and global grants get the full impact of gifts made by their members. So I want to ask you, and I want you to think about, how many of you have actually participated in a global grant, or helped on a global grant, or supported a global grant, or have at the end seen the impact of that global grant? The World Fund is the source of Rotary funding for those grants. And we only have World Fund if we all commit to giving to the annual fund. These grants are only possible because of the annual fund. So many of you know that the money that we gave 3 years ago is invested, and this is the year that we're using those funds that are returned to the district. So it's always a pleasure for me to have an opportunity to share my passion for what our Rotary Foundation stands for. And to me, our foundation is the lifeblood of this organization. It allows us to live out Rotary's action plan. The foundation, it allows us to be effective problem solvers, to be impactful. And our global reach allows us to inspire and support and motivate others. And our foundation projects and programs help us to remain engaged in the good work of Rotary. And finally, especially through this pandemic, we have learned quickly to adapt and be flexible. So each of you are making an incredible difference. And I want to thank you for all of you who stepped up this year, who are supporting your club presidents to make this the best year of ever in Rotary's history. And I believe that it will show that it has been. Today we face new challenges: the coronavirus pandemic, the economic turmoil, and in some countries, such as our own, the social unrest. But at this difficult time, the world needs Rotary to help bring people together. And the world needs Rotary to help the most vulnerable. And Rotarians need each other to stay connected, to take action against COVID-19 and other priorities that we face in our communities. I am so proud, as Bruce mentioned, of the work that Rotarians have been doing in response to COVID-19. We have now begun our polio immunizations again, and we're doing whatever we can to keep our health workers safe and so that they don't even contribute to the spread of COVID-19. But in the midst of this pandemic, it's understandable that some of our attention to polio eradication was diverted. But this is the time that makes it more vital for Rotarians to remain strongly committed to fighting polio and not let that progress erode. Rotarians have initiated several district and global grants. As a matter of fact, over $21 million to support COVID-19. The last thing I want to say is, in 100 years and plus of the Rotary Foundation, we have raised, because of you, and invested more than $5.3 billion, which was reported at the end of June 2020. All of these funds supported projects, programs, and have had lasting effects in our communities. They empower Rotary members to continue promoting peace, fighting disease, providing clean water, saving mothers and children, supporting education and growing local economies all over the world. Rotary Peace Fellow applications are up, and the demand for our World Fund is outstripped by the demand for Rotary grants 3 or 4 times more than just 3 years ago. Moving forward, some things will need to change permanently, but at its best, Rotary is the crucible for grassroots change. Whether it be Polio Plus, global grants, it takes one idea from one member to make a real difference. Each of us wants to show how Rotary opens opportunities through our Rotary service, and your role as a Rotarian and a leader in Rotary gives you one of the best opportunities possible to do just that. Thank you so much for having me tonight. Have a wonderful time. I'm scooting off somewhere else in the world in a few minutes, but I'm going to stay on for a couple more minutes and see how this show continues. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda. Thank you very much.
Thank
I think
you,
I should have you should have given my speech too, maybe.
John.
Okay. Well, welcome to the Rotary 6540 Gala. I can tell you that every day as district governor has been exciting. And too many conversations begin with what might have been. Well, what might have been is not what we're talking about tonight. It's about what is going to be. I'm excited. I have visited over 250 clubs since March the 1st. I should have bought stock in Zoom. One of my goals this year was to celebrate Rotary clubs and members, and I'm going to do that tonight. Thank you. Thank you so much for all your donations. Thank you for your support of the Rotary Foundation, and thanks to past District Governor Al Brothers and Rotary Foundation Chair Judy Walker for your outstanding work last year. It was a success. We are going to build on that goal tonight. Thanks to all of the club members, and I mean all club members, that donated to the Foundation Annual Fund last year. Today, one of the joys that I had was I was able to share DDF funds from 3 years ago with 3 different Rotary clubs and 3 different areas of the world: India, Mexico, and Uganda. That's exciting. So here's some recognition. Last year in per capita giving, which is very important because that means what the average member in your club gave. In 3rd place was the Elkhart Morning Club with $411 per member. The Killen Rotary Club was in 2nd place at $435 per member. And the Granger Sunrise Rotary Club was in 1st place with $520 per member. Woo-hoo! Let's celebrate. All right, well, let's talk about total giving to the annual fund. This is club giving. So number 3 was Kendallville, $16,200. 2nd place was the Fort Wayne Club with $21,330, and Elkhart Club was number 1 with $26,377. Now let's talk about total giving to the foundation. And let's say this: the number 3 club was Elkhart with $28,000. 2nd place was Anthony Wayne with $31,000, and the Fort Wayne Club with an amazing number of $404,667. Let's give a round of applause. Total giving for the district programs to all programs, including polio, was $735,692. Amazing. That's almost $750,000. The Rotary Foundation has continued to support our district and just awarded $25,000 of the money that Brenda talked about to our clubs for COVID relief. That's exciting. Do you know that we'll soon have 5 more 100% Paul Harris clubs in the district? Tonight, I would like to congratulate the Logan Sport Club for becoming the 4th club in the district to achieve that status. Amazing work. I am so excited, and I want to thank Mike Richardson and the club officers and members for their work. They will join Kentland, Highland, and Concord in this category. And I could really put the pressure on by announcing those people that have promised that they're going to reach this goal this year. Our goal this year is $800,000 in total giving. And one person said, "What? You can't do that." Well, don't ever tell John that he can't do something, because that is only $361 per member. By my math, that is $1 per day. That's only 10% more than last year. And how can we do that? Well, tonight is the start, so let's go. It's about the annual fund. It's about giving the first time to the annual fund. And if you've never given before, think about the excitement it will be to give $26.50, just the way the foundation started. Tonight, you need to be motivated to give. That's what this gala is about. Motivation. You'll notice there are only videos tonight from District 6540 projects. No glitz and glamour from the foundation, no prepared videos. They were all made by members in our district. Amazing. So I've already said that a member needs to donate $30 a month. Well, how do you expect me to do that? Well, here's the way. That's, at my age, just about a senior McDonald's coffee per day. Or if you have a little richer coffee taste, think what a Starbucks a day would do. Just give it up. For as little as 60 cents, a child can be protected from polio. $50 can provide clean water for children or a family. $500 can launch an anti-bullying campaign. So thankfully, I'm finished with the numbers. I'm glad you all listened. Let's celebrate the clubs, the members, and the success this year. And now, Bruce, let's move on with the gala.
Each of us has two hands, one to help ourselves and the second to help others. And these are the words that are often shared at the Thanesville Mequon Rotary Club in Wisconsin. And this evening, as we're reminded of the many ways the hands of Rotarians build lives and communities here in our district, we're also seeing how we can help ourselves when we help others. And what better reason to use both of your hands right now than to make a gift to the annual fund of the foundation? And as you do, we'll use our hands to applaud you and your club and the district collectively for what everyone is doing together. Everyone who's given in the past to make projects we've shared a reality. And for those who are giving for the very first time, every size gift is important, every donor, every donation. And remember, throughout our time together, our district is making a special offer to you. Right now, your personal donation of $100 to $5,000 to the annual fund of the Rotary Foundation will be matched with foundation recognition points that can be used to encourage more gifts and recognition of those gifts in your clubs. So we just keep the momentum going by making our gifts tonight. You're going to find a link and a QR code that pop up on your screen to help you make your donation now. That's not by coincidence. And you'll want to be sure to log into My Rotary to record your gift in your name. And then one other thing, this is the fun part, to inspire others, go to the chat box and type the words, "I donated." It's kind of a virtual wall of fame. Well, with us next is Floyd Lancia, who serves presently on the 17-member Rotary International Board of Directors. Floyd joined Rotary in 1970. He's been a member of the Anthony Wayne Rotary Club since 1992. He spearheaded Rotary Foundation projects that have provided free eye surgeries in Nicaragua and clean water for communities in Mexico, among many others. And he served as RI's president representative and as a training leader at Rotary International Assembly. He's a recipient of the Rotary Foundation's Meritorious Service Award, the Distinguished Service Award, and the Rotary International Service Above Self Award. He and his wife, Betty Lou, are Arch Clumph and Bequest and Legacy Society members, and they support Rotary's Peace Centers. They have 3 grown children, 6 grandchildren, and a really wide fan club of Rotarians like us welcoming to tonight's event, Floyd Lancia. Floyd?
Thank you, Bruce. Looking around at those who are attending tonight, I feel I'm underdressed, seeing Ed, David, and Ranjan, especially with Ed with the white tux outfit. So I hope you'll accept me the way I am without a tie. At any rate, I'm really happy to be here, and it's always a pleasure to be with my special friends from District 6540. And as always, I'm always happy to talk about one of my favorite subjects, our Rotary Foundation. And thank you, Governor John, for allowing me to be with you this evening, for being part of District 6540's celebration of our Rotary Foundation in this special way. Being in Rotary as long as I have, I've had opportunities to meet and be with so many motivational Rotary senior leaders. One in particular is past RI President Bill Boyd. The first time I was with him is when he addressed the incoming presidents during Great Lakes Rotary Pets. His presence on stage was all too familiar, as I learned when seeing him on multiple occasions. He sat on his stool in a comfortable fashion and began talking in a very casual way with those who were assembled. His talk was impressive and got so many of us thinking about how could we be of greater service in Rotary as our club presidents. In hearing him that day, I began to realize that the Rotary Foundation and caring for others was something that I had deep inside me that I never knew. I recalled so many occurrences where I was a Rotarian even before I joined the club, just as many of you are or have been. But getting back to the day at Pets, I was approached by Anna, who was incoming president for the Auburn Club. She suggested, after hearing President Boyd, that we get our two clubs together and we do a water project in a rural village in Mexico. Not knowing much about the whole process, I was convinced that this was probably much more work than I had signed up for. And I'd like being club president because my members in the club chose me to be so, but I wasn't sure whether or not I really signed up for this extra thing that I knew nothing about. But little did I know that that was the beginning of a long passion for the Rotary Foundation and its work. After further discussions, I was still a bit reluctant, especially when she suggested that I go to Mexico and visit the site. My immediate response was, why do that? I can just donate the amount of the airfare and we can do more water projects in Mexico. Her response was absolutely not. You need to go and see for yourself how much of an impact this project will have on the villagers and for those in need. Then came the time when I needed to fill out the goal form for our club's commitment to the Rotary Foundation. We used to do that on paper back then, but I didn't know much about the foundation. But with only marginal support through the years as a Rotarian, I asked our longtime secretary, Dick, what should I put on the form? His response was $10,000. When I asked him why, he said, well, that's what we always put. You know, I didn't think it was a very good reason. Being a business person, I really wanted to have some form of action that I could do to make sure that we met our goal. But I did as he suggested. But doing so made me uneasy. You see, I wasn't happy with what I had done. Then I remembered my conversation with Anna regarding the water project in Mexico. And I remembered the conversation and this talk that past President Bill Boyd gave, where he encouraged us to lead the way. So now what do? I have Anna wanting our club to do a water project. I have our DG Jim wanting me to complete our foundation goal form. And I have Dick suggesting a sum of money for which I had no idea what it meant or where the money would come from. With a great deal of thought and much research, what I found was that from the very beginning of over 100 years ago, the Rotary Foundation has saved many lives through the transformation of projects. There's little doubt that we'll ever be able to quantify our results exactly, but I know that millions would not be an exaggeration. And with the continued support and participation of Rotarians, we can help many millions more. So you see, that water project was the beginning. Seeing the clean water flow from the faucet and the joy on the faces of the villagers is all I needed. You see, Rotarians and friends, Rotarian friends like you are those in this room who came to aid of the people with whom they will never meet. But you see, your generosity and support are greatly appreciated by those with the smiles on their faces, and now they have a much better life. As my journey continued, I saw young children running and playing in a village in Sierra Leone, with a woman singing as they pumped clean water from the well you helped to drill. Now, knowing that the children will not suffer the ills of contaminated water and contracting malaria or dengue fever and so on, I knew they would have a better life, thanks to you. I saw Stanley in Nicaragua. I saw him smile after his cataract surgery, and for the first time in several years, he was able to read a newspaper. Your generosity gave Stanley that gift. I witnessed cleft palate and cleft lip surgeries in Londrina, Brazil, that gave Daniela and Maria confidence. And for their mothers to say, I always thought my daughter was beautiful. Now others will think the same. Your financial support enabled a global grant from our districts for those surgeries to take place. My journey enabled me to see the women in New Delhi, India, develop their crafts through a microloan that enabled them to sell their wares, raise enough money to keep the young girls off the streets begging for money, and the opportunity to get an education so they can raise themselves out of poverty. Creating an inviting learning environment with school supplies in Calcutta, India, enabled children to get an education and become productive members of society. You, through your generosity, made that happen. So as my passion continued, I was really concerned about helping more and what could I do to continue that service to others. I thought about going on a National Immunization Day. Well, it happened that I had an opportunity, knowing that we were so close in wiping out polio, that crippling disease, just kept my passion flowing. That journey was in 2012, when I, along with my team, was in New Delhi, immunizing children on a sunny, festive Sunday afternoon. A couple with their young daughter approached me and allowed me to administer the 2 precious drops in their little girl's mouth. I did so, and then it happened. Our eyes met, and all time stood still. You see, I knew at that time, at that moment, that I represented each of you in giving that little girl a life without the fear of contracting polio. Each of us played a part in her life, thanks to your continued support of our Rotary eradication effort. And later that day, my visit took me to St. Stephen's Hospital. And I was convinced more than ever, seeing the individual children in there with all the corrective surgeries that needed to be done due to their deformed legs that were caused by polio. They were able to walk, thanks to you and your generosity and support of our Rotary Foundation made this happen, and so much more. A friend of ours, I know Dan is a friend as well, the past RI Vice President, Lou Piccone, once wrote, "God has given me a place on earth to be here for a while. I hope that as I'm passing through, I'll make somebody smile. I want to make life easier for all those that I meet. I ask God for his blessings to the strangers on the street. I hope I'll never fail a child if I can help somehow. I want to be as generous as my resources allow. And when my life on earth is done, it will be my final plea. Let someone, somewhere, think or say, you made a difference in me." Now you're here tonight because you have taken the opportunity, seeing the need and taking action in our communities and in the world. So thank you in behalf of Daniela, Maria, the children of Sierra Leone who were able to play and have a good time and not worry about waterborne illnesses. And in Calcutta, where we saw the children who were getting a better education. And of course, Stanley and the millions more who will have a better life, thanks to you and your generosity. Thank you for allowing me to spend a little time with you this evening. I think a great deal of this district, as you know, I've been a part of it for a long time, and you have great leadership, and there's no question that this leadership will take us to the next level. Thank you.
Floyd, thank you so much for those words and comments, sharing the experience and moving us physically and philosophically, and we hope philanthropically here tonight. You know, it's about the wisdom of bumper stickers, like the Rotary International bumper sticker that read, "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others." That is far better guidance, exactly what Floyd was talking about, and far better direction than the bumper sticker that I saw with words attributed to Benjamin Franklin that read, "Fake quotes will ruin the internet." Yeah, see, it says so right here, which I don't think is real. But we can do something very real, and that is to make a gift right now. Whether your gift represents $1 a week or $1 a day or higher, every dollar you share makes a difference in the world around us and the world at large. And that is a life that every dollar ought to have. So our district is encouraging you to make that gesture this evening. Right now, your personal donation of $100 to $5,000 to the annual fund of the Rotary Foundation will be matched with those recognition points. And you can keep the momentum going, making your gift tonight. Again, a link and a QR code will pop up on your screen to help you make those donations now. If you need help with a QR screen, you open your front door and ask the neighborhood for a small child to guide you. It worked here, and I'm sure they're everywhere. They'll do that and allow you to go to the chat box, which they'll direct you to, where you can type the words "I donated" and get this good news out there across the district. Your contribution is an act of stewardship, an act of caring, but it also takes action on your part to put that goodwill to good use. Things like clicking a link and scanning a barcode. So we thought it might be good to have a little music to move you to go click and scan. So from Wheatfield, Indiana, live on tape so that they can fit on your computer screen, here is the Kankakee Valley High School Advanced Band under the direction of Mr. Nick DeJarlais. The band will play the March of the Trolls from Edvard Grieg's lyric suite.
The second piece we will be performing is March of the Trolls from Edvard Grieg's lyric suite.
It's an honor now to welcome Rotary International President Holger Kanak. Holger is the CEO of Kankakee KG, a real estate company. He was previously a partner and general manager of Kankakee Enterprises, a 125-year-old family business. He's the founding member of the Civic Foundation of the city of Roxburgh and is also the founder and chair of the Carl Adam Foundation. A Rotary member since 1992, Kankakee has served Rotary in a variety of capacities, from treasurer and director and moderator to zone coordinator and district governor. He's an endowment major gifts advisor, and he was co-chair of the host organization committee for the 2019 Rotary International Convention in Hamburg. Kankakee and his wife, Suzanne, are major donors to the Rotary Foundation, and they are members of the Bequest Society. And so, fellow Rotarians, here is Rotary International President Holger Kanak.
Good evening. I bring you greetings from Germany and the other 1.2 million Rotary members worldwide. Thank you, District Governor John, for giving me this opportunity to be with in District 6540 for this Foundation Gala. As you know, the Rotary Foundation began with a donation of $26.50 at the request of President Arch Klump at the 1917 convention. From that first donation, our foundation has grown to be one of the world's most respected foundations. And during the past 4 years, District 6540 has donated $1.2 million to the Foundation's annual fund. Additionally, you have donated $2.5 million to the Endowment Fund. The Endowment Fund are never spent, and the interest in used to help fund the annual fund. The money donated this year to the annual fund will be distributed in its entirely 3 years from now to do good in the world. Your support of the foundation has been significant, and you are helping to bring water to those who thirst, health to those who suffer, and literacy to those that are unable to read. And who decides how these monies are spent? It's you. Every year, 50% of the funds that you donate to the annual fund 3 years ago comes back to your district as district designated funds. These are the funds that are used to fund vocational scholarships, vocational training teams, district grants, and global grants. It is you who decides to the projects for the district and global grants, and it is you who decides who will receive the vocational scholarships and who can be an applicant to be a Peace Scholar. The other 50% of the annual fund is used to match the global grants and fund the Peace Scholars that you choose. I'm not aware of any other organization where the individual members have such a direct say in the use of their donations. Amazing. That's simply amazing. I am passionate about the Rotary Foundation and what the funds you have contributed have done. You have just helped dedicate a children's heart hospital in Mumbai, India, thanks to District 6540 and the donations from the Fort Wayne Rotary Club and Rotary Club in India. Your funding helped provide a blood mobile and screening center in India with the cooperation of Sheerville Rotary Club, District 6540, and partners in India. Your district is currently funding the Roger Simpson Scoliosis Project in cooperation with Zone 30 to 31 and District 4170 in Mexico. And this grant funds equipment and screening for children with scoliosis. I will open opportunities for these children in Mexico. These funds for the global grants don't magically appear, but are the result of some like you, seeing a need and then joining with other Rotarians and taking action to address the issue. This year of COVID can be no different. The demand for more global grants in District 6540 and around the world has made us victims of our own success, according to Trustee Chair past Rotary International President Ravi Ravindran. Meaning, if we are going to meet the demand to go good in the world, every Rotarian in your district needs to participate at some level. There is so much more to be done by way of district grants and global grants. I ask you to continue your support of the Rotary Foundation programs. Please, please continue. Rotary opens opportunities through our Rotary Foundation, and the opportunities are unlimited. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your ongoing support. Thank you.
Rotary International President Holger Kankakee. Paul Harris said, whatever Rotary may mean to us, to the world, it will be known by the results it achieves. And so through the foundation, Rotary members have supported thousands of projects to provide the clean water that's been mentioned this evening, to fight disease, to promote peace, to provide basic education, and to realize the mission of Rotary, to enable Rotarians to advance world understanding and goodwill. And we can honor such a past in this present moment by planning for the foundation's future through your gifts and contributions. And remember, if you've not given to the annual fund of the Rotary Foundation, tonight's a great night to start. And that suggested donation is the one that got the club started. The foundation initiated back in 1917, $26.50. And yet maybe this is the year that you go to the $100 sustaining member level. If you've given in the past, we challenge you to go 110%, maybe double your giving. But know that in all cases, the funds you give tonight are going to help Rotary meet the challenges and make a real difference. And if you want more proof, we've got proof. We'll roll the tape on how Rotary's doing good work globally. Take a look.
This blood mobile is with us for the last 4 years, donated by the Rotary Club of Cherville. It has helped hundreds of people to donate blood and to reach more than that, multiple hundreds. For the people's lives have been saved because of the greatness of the club who has helped the Rotary Club of Mangalore and the people of Mangalore in getting this blood donation camps organized. We really thank especially Ranjan Kinney, who is a main link between us and the Rotary Club of Cherville. We hope that in future we will have many more similar community-related projects implemented with the help of the Rotary Club of Cherville. Thank you very much. God bless you.
I believe District Governor John, were you to introduce our guest, David, here next, possibly? I know he has some comments he'd like to share.
Okay, yeah, and I'm missing David this week and several other people on here because several of us should be on the heart-to-heart trip to Mexico. Matter of fact, today would have been our first day there, and we would be seeing all the projects. So I'm glad for all of our friends that have joined us from Mexico and parts of Indiana. And I'd like to introduce David Machine from District 4170 in Mexico. David.
Thank you so much, John. Thank you all to be here in this beautiful gala. I'm very honored to have the opportunity to share with you the last 10 years of my life as a Rotarian. It's very difficult to follow Floyd and all the ones that talk about Mexico, and the beauty of the video show what Heart to Heart been doing for the last 15 years. But let me share with you about this last 10 years that I can see with my own eyes what the Rotary Foundation and Heart to Heart we can do together. For these 10 years, we've been able to bring new skills of study for over 900 kids every year with only one project in over 200 libraries. Also, we make a bakery and tortilla store in a little community in Mexico. And this little tortilla store provides for 200 kids every day, 5 days a week, breakfast for the kids don't have to go with the stomach empty to school. I was hearing all the things you're sharing with us. And I realized that that's what the magic of Rotary means to a lot of us. And that's what the magic of Rotary is through the Rotary Foundation. With only a few dollars, a few $1,000s, we've been able to bring to Mexico. We're going to bring to Mexico in 2 global grants, 6 containers of medical equipment to help 8 hospitals. These 8 hospitals are working with a population over 8 million persons. And we did this with only $78,000, and we're going to bring $3 million of equipment. That in all the years before, 15 years ago, I never dreamed about. We can do this. And we can do this thanks to every donation that you give to the Rotary Foundation and all. Also, a few of the projects that are marking my life, and you see it in the video, is the water tank and water fountain. I don't know if you know, but in Mexico, even in the city of Mexico, there's towns and they don't have water. They don't have water in the schools, they don't have water in their homes. Well, with these global grants in the last 10 years, we're able to put 100 tanks of water and water fountains in 100 schools. That means 100,000 children every year benefit from this and their families, because we're being able to lower the levels of diabetes, of child obesity, and kidney problems. So that's what the Rotary Foundation is all about. With our dollars and the donations, we multiply and we help thousands of people. And these are a few examples. Another example, and it's very, very motivating, and you see a little kid with their mother. Well, in Mexico, most of the people don't have insurance or don't have health insurance. So talking about a kidney transplant is barely impossible. The list is long, long, long. And the opportunity to be transplanted is almost to zero. Thanks to the Rotary Foundation and Heart to Heart and District 6540, for the last 10 years, we've been able to breathe life again, to operate in over 2,000 persons. My friends, like John said, we're supposed to be in Mexico these few days, and we're gonna miss you this year. But to all of you, I want to invite you to come, to see what the Rotary Foundation, every dollar that you're giving today, what it means with your neighbors in Mexico. Heart to Heart, we're working for 15 years. And when you see a kid, a young man or a young woman, look into your eyes. I'm telling you, thank you. Because you saved his life to a kidney transplant. or you bring water to the school, or you're going to be able to put up equipment in the hospital to save the next life to come. My friends, that's the reason I became a Rotarian. And I'm pretty sure this is the reason why you became a Rotarian. You're going to enjoy this. You're going to, well, you maybe cry a little bit when you see the things we live in Mexico, but mostly the things that you in 6540 district are you making. You are changing lives, and mostly you are saving lives. So my friends, I invite you, open your hearts and open your wallets and open your checkbooks. Keep donating. See the magic of Rotary through the Rotary Foundation and Heart to Heart. Please come the next pilgrim in November 2021 and look by yourself what every dollar that you give is giving dignity, is giving water, is giving literacy, is giving economic support to a lot of persons. So, my friends, John, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you all for giving to the Rotary Foundation. And thank you all in District 6540 to help us in 4170 to save lives, change lives every year with the dozens of projects that we do. We're going to have a few more projects this year, so stay tuned. Thank you very much, John, and thank you to all.
David, thank you so much for your words and your encouragement, and best wishes to you from all of us here. Sir Clem Reniff was the 1978-79 Rotary International President who helped propel Rotary toward its top goal of eradicating polio worldwide. He once said, "Rotary takes ordinary people and gives them extraordinary opportunities to do more with their lives than they ever dreamed possible," just like what David has been describing. And so in this season of Thanksgiving, we're thankful to everyone who has given in the past to make the projects that we have shared a reality. And to thank you too for everyone who's giving again or for the very first time tonight. Every gift is important. Every donor, every donation makes the difference. And it is worth repeating, just in case we need it one more time, that by growing the annual fund, we're able to have greater impact at home and in the world. And right now, that personal donation of $100 or even up to $5,000 to the annual fund will be matched with foundation recognition points that can be used to encourage more gifts and more recognition opportunities for your clubs. So this is the time where we encourage you to keep looking for that incredibly convenient link and QR code that will pop up on your screen to make that donation. And you make sure too to log into My Rotary, to record your gift in your name. And then, like so many others, this is the power of crowds. Go over to the chat box, type in the words "I donated," stand up straighter. It is the beginning of a happy ending for those we serve.
Congenital heart disease, one of the major causes of child mortality in India. Almost 1 in 100 children are born every year with this critical defect, most of whom require urgent surgery or intervention. Lack of affordable care is one of the biggest barriers of accessibility for the poor of the country. In an answer to the call of a crying mother for her ailing child, Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani centers located in the states of Chhattisgarh, Haryana, and Maharashtra provide child heart care totally free of cost, covering the entire spectrum of congenital heart disease. The Rotary family have been very gracious supporters of these centers, aiding them in providing much-needed life-giving surgeries for thousands of children across the country.
Over the last 7 years, the Rotary family has championed the cause of child heart care through their national and international grants, close to 7 grants for our centers. Now, these grants are valued at close to $2.5 million What has these grants done? These grants have helped us establish operation theatres, cardiac catheterization laboratories, state-of-art equipment across all 3 centers of Sri Satya Sai Sanjeevani. Now, the hospital, with the help of these grants, have given a new lease of life to more than 3,000 children over the last 7 years.
कहा नहीं जा सकता है, इससे मैंने घर से भी अधिक सेवा मिलता है बच्चों को। हमको कुछ नहीं करना पड़ा और न ही 1 रुपया पैसा।
जब बाबू 2.5 महीने का था तो तब पता चला कि ऐसा ऐसा प्रॉब्लम है बाबू को, तो हम लोग 2-3 हॉस्पिटल लेके गए बाबू को, तो वहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा बता रहा था कि ये 3-4 लाख रुपया ऑपरेशन का लगेगा। तो हम लोग रोने लगे, फिर लगा कि कैसे हम लोग दे पाएंगे, उतना पैसा हम लोग के पास था नहीं। तो फिर हम लोग के बारे में हम लोग को कोई बोला कि ऐसा हॉस्पिटल है एक साई संजीवनी हॉस्पिटल रायपुर में, कि वहाँ पर आप ले जाइए। सो हॉस्पिटल तो ये बहुत अच्छा है, इसमें साफ़ सफाई भी बहुत अच्छा है, बच्चे लोग को भी बहुत अच्छे से ध्यान दिया जा रहा है और हम लोग अभी बहुत खुश हैं यही हॉस्पिटल देके कि हम लोग थैंक यू संजीवनी। अब बहुत खुश हैं हम लोग कि मेरा बच्चा ठीक हो गया।
मिलेगा इतना ज़्यादा जितनी फैसिलिटी हमारे को यहाँ पर मिली है, कहीं भी अप्लाई नहीं होगा ऐसा, और बहुत अच्छा है। मैं चाहती हूँ मेरी बेटी भी मतलब बड़ी होके और डॉक्टर ही बने और हार्ट की ही बने और इसी में काम करे, इसी में रहे और इसी में बच्चों का ऐसे इलाज करती रहे। इससे बड़ा कुछ भी नहीं है। थैंक यू।
और यहाँ पे एक चीज़ बहुत अच्छी है, अभी तक मैं जितने दिन यहाँ 9-10 दिन रहा, सब खुश होकर के गए और मैं भी आज जा रहा हूँ।
On behalf of Sanjeevani team, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to the Rotary family and sincerely thank them to have supported this noble cause and look forwards to continue this partnership in future to save the little hearts. Thank you.
What an evening this has been.
And John, let's bring you in. That was Judy Walker. Judy, you have any other additional thoughts you'd like to share?
I sure do. I sure do. My heartstrings get tugged every time that I see what our donations to the Rotary Foundation have done here and around the world. For those of you that know, I'm Judy Walker, District Foundation Chair for District 6540. And I hope after tonight, my mailbox will be full of checks and gifts to help these world causes. And those of you who haven't donated online, tonight we celebrated the joy of giving through the sharing of our plentiful bounty with those less fortunate. And we witnessed some of the many ways in which our contributions have enabled us to continue doing good in the world. There are many charities asking for contributions this time of year. I get sometimes 3 and 4 a day. I hope that you continue to select Rotary as one of those. Now is a good time, both for taxes and for getting Paul Harris matching points. Keep us in mind. Thank you and God bless.
Judy, thank you very much. And District Governor John, many may know about your distinguished career in both agriculture and education. And staying with those ideas, I imagine donations by club members across the district are helping to seed the annual fund of the foundation to grow new possibilities for a harvest of service. What are your thoughts tonight?
Bruce, you took my speech away.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Just remember, there's more than corn in Indiana.
There you go.
I'm going to share a little news tonight. I'm so excited. I'm so thankful for everyone that has participated. To Brenda, to David, to Floyd, to Judy, to Bruce. I mean, gosh, a television like you got a television face and a radio voice. My goodness, how can you be so lucky? And you're a Rotarian, and we got you to volunteer to do this.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You bet.
I've enjoyed everything this evening. We had a technical glitch. Did anybody ever see an update that came when you didn't want it to? Well, that's kind of what Zoom did. So we recovered from it and life is good. I've enjoyed the music. I've enjoyed the videos, and I've shed some tears with my wife, Sue here. Thanks to all the presenters and the Foundation Gala committee who made this possible. And I mean, you guys have done a tremendous amount of work. The good that the Rotary Foundation Annual Fund does is close to my heart. Close to my heart. I've been on 3 heart-to-heart pilgrimage. I've felt the love and seen the smiling faces on parents and children that our Zone 30 and 31 have helped with medical and water and other restroom issues. We've done literacy, we've done computers, and as everybody spoke, we've done a lot of water projects. The list is endless, and I've been hugged by mothers. And yes, I cried tears of joy and Thanksgiving. Some of you have participated in a polio immunization day. I've never got to do that. Some of you have been on medical projects in India. You've been to, we're doing a grant in Uganda now, in Guatemala, water tanks. District 6540 has done it all. But I can tell you that my first heart-to-heart trip, kind of like David said, was what turned me from a Rotary member to a Rotarian. Because I looked at the young man with his mother in that picture who had had cleft palate surgery, and I saw the pictures of him before he had the surgery. Again, if you've never given before, and I hope several people gave $26.50 tonight. They're new, their first time. I hope you feel really good. We're really thankful for all the support. And again, I won't talk more about matching points, just mail your checks to Judy. And if you don't want to do that, become an endowment donor or a major donor, and we'll get real serious about dollars. But anything you send, we'll be glad to share. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John, for that, and for all who have taken time to join us somewhere in cyberspace. Keep those credit cards and letters of checks coming in, and you see all the wonderful ways a dollar bill can still do a great bit of good and be far more useful than just a bookmark. The Jive Aces are going to return to help us wrap up the night in song. We told you they would. They're going to be performing Bring Me Sunshine. It's their most popular video. Stick around for it if you can. It has 3 million views on YouTube, so a lot of people like this. And it has won 7 film festival awards. So again, thank you from all of us with the Planning Committee at District 6540 for the Foundation Gala. Thank you for being with us. Don't forget to tip your wait staff. And it says here, be safe driving home. Wait, what? Is that right? Chris, hit the play button.
Unemployment levels have soared to record numbers over the past few months as the business sector feels the credit squeeze. Experts blame the government for incompetence, while the government in turn continues to blame the banks. The banks are blaming the public sector for the economic downturn, and there is no clear end of the crisis in sight.
Strikes continue on the underground today due to industrial action, which is causing record traffic jams on the road.
And in further news, another politician has been remanded in custody over allegations of fraud and embezzlement.
Floods have killed enough.
Today, as an alligator has reportedly escaped from the zoo. And finally, the weather, cloudy and dim day, which looks to last at least the rest of the week. Temperature will be chilly at best, and there is a high chance of rain with an unrelenting easterly wind. The leader of a girl gang in Plymouth has been jailed.
Bring me sunshine in your smile. Make me happy all the while. In this world where we live, there should be more happiness, so much joy we can give to each brand new bright tomorrow. Make me happy through the years. Never bring me any tears. Let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love. Hop the bubbles to top today. Hop the bubbles to bring me sunshine. In your smile. Make me happy. All the while. In this world where we live, there should be more happiness, so much joy we can give to each brand new bright tomorrow. Make me happy. Through the years. Never bring me any tears. Let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love. Make me happy through the years. Never bring me any tears. Let your arms be as warm as sun from up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine.